I interviewed Ann Rogers, an Indianapolis event planner who has her own company called Ann Rogers Productions. Ann is an event planner who works alone. However, she does have other vendors and other people that come and assist whenever she does events. Well, she started out in New York as a retail and interior designer, and she planned an event for a corporation she was working for, and then that kind of led into her event management career. When she moved back to Indianapolis to raise her kids, she just started her own business here and continued to work in that industry ever since. Anne loves event management because of the creativity and design that comes with it. She also loves putting the product together and then seeing at the end and watching everybody enjoy what she has spent so many months on. Anne was telling me about a specific time a couple of years back where she had an event and it was supposed to rain, but she said that it would be fine and the outside would be fine. And of course, it started raining. And all of the people came in rain boots and umbrellas, and the tents were flying everywhere. And all of the employees had to take their shoes off because their shoes were too wet. And she said it was just kind of a mess. And then a tornado touched down not too far away from them. So she said that that was just kind of a big setback for her, and she came back from it by just encouraging herself to continue to do the job that she loved and realize why she was there. She said her biggest successes come from when people enjoy the events that she puts on, or she has creative ideas that people compliment her on. When she was in New York, she did something with Vogue, and they had to create some sort of stage for these models to stand on, and the stage ended up being beautiful, and it was one of her favorite events she's ever done. She was telling me about how in Indianapolis there are so many young event planners coming in that it's hard to charge a lot of money for doing these types of things because there are so many people charging so little. But she kind of aims her population or her target. Her target is to the wealthier people of Indianapolis because those are the people that she's planning events for at these beautiful locations. And she says it ends up giving her the most revenue source. Her revenue does come from the people that she puts the events on for. Depending on the event, whether it's a big corporate event or it's a wedding or just a bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, she will vary the prices depending on how many hours she puts in and how much effort they require of her. She said that one of her bigger flaws was that she didn't have any long-term goals. Right now, she's unsure of where she wants to go. She said she's considering either just continuing the path she's on by doing more social events, or she would completely reroute herself to do corporate events and aim her population target at that. She said the advice for me is to just continue to do what I love and continue on the path I'm on. She was very complimentary of me and told me that she has confidence in my future, which was very nice to hear. I observed that the job can be a lot more frustrating than expected. She expressed to me how complicated things can get and her frustrations of planning similar events over and over again, driving her to want to do more corporate events. I learned that event management in Indianapolis is hard because there are a lot of upcoming event planners who are charging for low prices. Anne told me she tends to cost a lot because she's trying to target a more wealthy audience. I also learned that there is no one path through event management. Anne started out in New York in retail and design and carried that into event management. I do not need to limit myself to just event management, but instead can open my horizons and experience opportunities that will help me in the end. In class, we learned a lot about making connections and maintaining those connections. Anne consistently brought up the connections she's made and her partners. She said, especially in event management, keeping those connections can make or break an event. What makes an event good is finding those connections you have that would work well together. Intentionally choosing specific vendors that would complement the others. Anne also asked me questions about my experiences and goals. Her responses to my answers were very motivating. She put confidence in me and told me I seemed to be on track. She also said things that I will carry with me and inspired new ideas in my head. For example, we talked a lot about creativity and thinking outside the box. As she was telling me about some of her biggest and best events, it really showed me that my creativity while planning events is unlimited, and she encouraged me to believe the same.